Is he even listening? All those prayers unanswered. You're fooling yourself.
God, a myth for the weak. Look at the world. Chaos, suffering. Where's your savior now?
What kind of man are you? Always second guessing, never decisive. Real men lead, you follow. You falter, pathetic. Choices define you.
She deserves better. Your love is weak, unreliable.
How long would you see he's a fraud? You're an apple rock. You're a crumbly sand.
Daddy, you're supposed to protect, teach, inspire. But look, failures pile up. What legacy are you leaving?
The battle within never ends. Fight me if you can.
Extraterrestrial, like an extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial, like an extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong, I feel like I don't Extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to BTSI Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I want to take this moment to thank you guys for coming back to a new season of 101. I have not done this in a while, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know me. I've been busy with my schedule, so I've kind of been all over the place. But I had to go back and look at this. The last time I did a 101 was with the Angry Man, and that was almost a little over a year and a half ago, probably. If I had to go back and look at that day, it was over a year and a half ago. So the fact that we're doing this again is kind of, I'm not going to say it's strange, but this is exciting. This is kind of my comfort zone. So I'm glad to be back in this straddle. So thank you guys for tuning in. We have a very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an oracle in the building. Tara is here with us. I know her microphone's on mute, but Tara, how are you
Oh,
doing this evening?
my God.
It's all good. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good, real good. I had a busy day today, but I made sure that this I couldn't wait to get back home to make sure we did this 101 today. So I'm happy that you're here. And I know you're all the way in the West Coast, so I know it's Saturday, so you get to stay up all night. Me,
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
yeah, Gray. Although I'm 38, the grades on my beard saying you ain't that young anymore, so don't be staying out past your bedtime. But it's Saturday, I get to do what I want, so we'll let that happen. But I want to take a moment to thank everybody who's watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and those who are listening to the replays on Clubhouse. Appreciate you guys. Do me a favor. You want more content like this? Subscribe and share. Follow me on all socials. Links are located in the description. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 during the cash out giveaway, and we'll do 3 runner-ups. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know on the clubhouse side, everybody knows who Tara is. If you don't know, shame on y'all. But YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, this is one of my peoples that I know from Clubhouse, who I've gotten to know for the past couple of months now. And usually, ladies and gentlemen, I will say this: I'm usually doing the recruiting, reaching out to people. This is the first time that somebody reached out to me and wanted to do a interview. I was thoroughly surprised, and I'm honored that somebody that you will approach me to say let's do an interview. And I said for sure, I got you. So
Yeah.
that's how this transpired this evening. So that's that's what we are here now. Y'all going? Tara has a story to tell, and we're gonna get into that. But first time on 101, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do quick hits. Usually we just jump into the interview, but if you guys get to know who Tara is,
I'm here.
you, no, you good, Tara, you good, Tara. If you guys, once you guys get to know Tara and her YouTube channel, you know this is her wheelhouse. So it's good to find somebody um that shares the same things that I do. Trust me, is it's good to find somebody that you're equal with when it comes to some of the content things that we're doing. So I know Tara is taking care of some things in the background. That's quite all right. Shout out to the moms out there holding it down. But let's get into
I'm sorry. I just have to do something real fast, but I'm here.
I
Yeah.
trust me. People on my side, they already know. They parents too. Some of them are
Yeah.
grandparents in their 40s. No comment. So don't worry, they'll be fine. But let's get into some quick hits, shall we? Now, we spoke about this on my show last night when we broke the when we played the video of Corey Holcomb being assaulted. So let me go ahead and play that video again. Uh, did I? Oh, nope, it's right here. It's good. Let me actually take my gloves off. And people wonder why you got on this coat and this scarf and these gloves and the scully. Go look up how cold it is in Houston. Then come talk to me later. But let's see. And keep an eye on your microphone, Tara, because it's gonna go on mute.
So we're about to talk about Corey.
Yes, we're about to quickly talk about Corey. So, as we reported yesterday, Corey Holcomb did strike Christina Payne. This took place on December 2024. There was outside of a comedy club. She approached. Actually, they was going back and forth outside. Something that she said got underneath Corey's skin. She stepped to him, and while he invaded her personal space, she did put her finger up and pointed at him, put his finger at his face. Can't tell if she made contact with him or not. I cannot definitively say that. One thing we do know is Corey either big faced her or punched her. Either way, Corey assaulted her. And because Corey did that,
Come
um,
on.
this video dropped on. Yes. This video dropped online. So I made my comments yesterday about it. Now what we're going to do is not invoke Anton Daniels' name into this because there is no confirmation that he played a part in this video releasing. I know a lot of people are saying that. I don't believe that for a single second. There's no evidence to prove that. So we're not going to put his name in this scenario. One thing I will say is this. If you guys listen to Corey Holcomb's stand up and what he says online, I'm not surprised that his actions match what he was talking about.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot. It's a lot and, quite frankly, I've been hearing that from a lot of women who said they are not a fan of his at all. And and this is where we at. And I get it. I totally get it. So based off, I understand you're not a fan of him, Taro. So based off of what we are able to see, what does this video being released, what does that tell you about the dynamic or what could possibly take place in the future involving Corey Holcomb?
Um, I don't know, but I know I don't like I said. The only thing I know about Corey is that he has huge opinions on women, and he can be kind of aggressive. You know, some of the things that he says, I guess it makes sense, but I don't think it's an excuse for him to just put his hands on a woman. Just if she didn't hit him in the face, or what does she do for him to just like hit her?
Well,
I feel like as a man, you're supposed to have like more, discipline, or I don't know. What does she do?
they have history.
Oh, that's somebody that he. Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
so they're not stranger to each other. They know each other.
Oh
She
my goodness.
spoke about it on TMZ. Corey spoke about this situation, I think around the time it came out, if I recall correctly. So he's not hiding. He's not running from the fact that he big faced her, or that he said he big faced her. He's not running from that. So, and he also said if he's willing to go to jail behind this. So, I will give him credit for um being consistent. I will give him credit for that. I'm not condoning what he did at all, but I will definitely say don't worry, I should be right back. She's just taking care of some things on the other side. But one thing is, Corey Holcomb is consistent with what he says. I don't like that. I don't condone what he did. Um, giving, yeah, I don't condone what he did. Giving the information that I was privy to. Well, the information that we was privy to. But that was my take on that. And like Tara said, there is no justification to what he did, and I get that, totally get that. So
Yeah.
Corey, go
Yeah.
go
No,
ahead, Tara.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, he should go to jail. Bye. I don't really like Corey like that. He's not my favorite guy.
Hey, I get it, I get it. Corey, wish you the best of luck on that one, man. Next topic is somebody that can't take his L's like a man. Drake files appeal after dismissal of Not Like Us defamation case against UMG. Claims judge created a dangerous precedent allowing rappers to make false statements without repercussions. Let me just read. The source of this is the Neighborhood Talk. Neighbors, Drake is not done yet. According to the Complex, the rapper's legal team has filed an appeal after his lawsuit against Universal Music Group was dismissed. If you recall, Drake initially sued for defamation in relation to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us diss track aimed at him. In the appeal, Drake's legal counsel argued that regardless of the dismissal, he's still entitled to compensation. They claim the song presents a false factual allegation that he's a pedophile. They also accused UMG of promoting the record in a way that misled listeners and caused harm to Drake's reputation. The, the judge claims this is crazy. The judge claimed the average listener wouldn't take that song lyrics as facts. That's funny. Drake's lawyers say that the dismissal sets a dangerous precedent. According to them, it will create an unwritten rule that song lyrics are not defam- defamatory, no matter how salacious or extreme the allegations are. At this point, okay, that's their comment towards it. So, with that, um, What's your take on Drake appealing this L that he received last year or the year before?
Um, I don't know. I really do feel for Drake though, because when all that happened, it was really like damaging to his career. Like people like stopped messing with him, and it probably was hard to come back from such hate.
Hmm.
So maybe he's still being affected by like maybe it's affecting his career. Maybe he's not making as much money, or maybe people his fan bases went down. So to me, I would be upset if all that happened to me over a damn song. I can see why he would be offended.
Okay. No worries. I totally get it. Here's my take on this. Drake, let this go. Drake, you have to let this go. When you lost to Pusha T, you handled that with grace, and I believe you kept on with your career. Yeah, Drake, go back to how you handle your loss with Pusha T. Get back in the studio. Do an interview. Do one or two interviews about it and keep it pushing. This
So
right
you think
here,
so you think right now he's just overreacting about everything. You just think he's overreacting.
yes. I think
Could you
yes,
put you can
because
put yourself in his shoes a little bit? Like you were, after just a song, your whole career stopped. You got so much hate. It's like people look at you different. You don't think that that's like devastating?
yes, I understand how that is devastating. And that just comes with the territory of you picking a fight with the wrong person, in my opinion. Because that's exactly what he did. Now, I with the line in question, if I recall, if you just go back one sentence before that, he would know that that line is aimed towards somebody on your team that's a pedophile. So I was like, Drake, you being a battle rapper fan, you being a lyricist, I get it on face value, that hurt it. But you really dig deep, he's actually talking to one of your partners on your team. So yeah, uh,
That's crazy.
I really think that that line, the pedophile line, it was aimed at one of the people on his team. I don't think that was aimed towards Drake.
Here I
Now,
come.
now with Drake, I understand why he's upset because people thinking that he's talking about him because he's saying that Drake likes him young, like like. I'm not accusing Drake of hollering at no teenagers like 18 or 19. I'm not accusing him of that.
Probably didn't. I mean, did he really mean? I mean, because sometimes writers like when they write, it's not always like everything is not like so accurate. Like, did he really mean that Drake is a pedophile, or was he just like talking shit for a
You
song? You
you
never
could
really
say
know. Right?
right. You could say he's talking shit. I personally don't believe Kendrick called when I first heard the song a few times. Of course, shock value. I thought he called Drake a pedophile. Then when I went back and go listen to it again, I was like, oh, he's talking about somebody on his team is a pedophile. Somebody on his team,
I thought he was
somebody on his
talking
team
about
got
Drake.
paperwork of touching kids.
I thought he was talking about Drake, honestly.
Yeah, I had to go listen to it a couple of times. He's talking about somebody else, and the reason why he's upset is because how it's being portrayed. He don't like the response. Now, I'm a firm believer of defamation of character. You need to come see me in court. But if we're talking about a rap battle on principle, this is getting bad. Like he's literally confirming everything that Kendrick said in Not Like Us or in Euphoria. So I need Drake to just let this go.
Yeah, he needs to just let it go. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure it was probably fuck his ego all the way up
Yeah,
because you go from being big to people just ashamed to listen to your music, like it's crazy. But
yeah,
I like Drake. Like I am a Drake fan. Like I still listen to his. I like Kendrick too, but I like both of them.
and yeah. Quite frankly, Drake is gonna be fine. It's just that you lost
Yeah.
to a better MC. That's it.
He needs to
And
just focus
this
on.
and that's okay, honestly, because quite frankly, I knew that between him, Kendrick, and J. Cole, I already knew Kendrick was the best, and I would probably put Drake number three in front of J. Cole, but I had to put Drake number two and J. Cole number three because on respect, Drake didn't run away from an ass whooping. J. Cole did. So I had to knock J. Cole down a couple of notches. And on GP and respect, give it to Drake. And okay,
Yeah,
listen, Drake still got some legendary songs and classics that I will occasionally go listen to.
yeah,
Yeah,
me
I'm
too.
not phony. He got some hits. And I
Yeah,
think he said he's one away from Michael Jackson. So yeah,
I've
give
heard
him his
him.
props. Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I like both. Like I said, I like both artists, and hopefully they could get over this because it's old.
Yeah, this is oh hell. J. Cole just dropped a song the other day, and he has an album coming out next month. So yeah, this is old. But hopefully he comes to his senses. Maybe he needs to go out on a couple of dates. Ladies, relax his mind. Hopefully y'all older, but that's neither here nor there. Last up, I did not report on this intentionally. Tara wanted to speak about this, and I knew I was waiting for this time to give my thoughts on it. So, as we all heard, Christy and Desmond Scott is getting a divorce after 12 years. Um, Famous social media couple to the world, not to me, because I didn't know who these people were. Matter of fact, this video with her in the blue and pink, that absurd dress is probably the only thing I seen, but I kept it scrolling because somebody sent me this shit. But the only thing I know about them is they are, from what I found out, her cousin is this Christy. Her cousin is the R&B singer's cousin. Her. That's all I know about him. He's a chef in some way, shape, or form. I think
You don't
they
know
came
about their
together.
content. You don't know about their content at all, Chris. What kind of
Excuse
content?
me.
You don't know about the kind of content they made, or not really?
I saw one video prior to this whole situation. That's because somebody sent it to me to watch and laugh at. I just shook my head and kept it moving.
Yeah,
But
it was funny at first, but now, because now they're really showing the videos on YouTube for some reason. I don't know. But at first it was really funny, but now that I found out that he wanted to separate, I think he became really annoyed with her because it shows in his face in all the like their videos now. So I think he was annoyed and over the whole thing.
well, yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Um, yeah, I know based off of the video that one video I saw prior, and trust me, I'm always seeing videos of these social media couples
He's logging me
who
out.
I'll meet your mic, it's all good. When I'm seeing videos of these social media couples, the woman for the most part is always doing the goofy and crazy stuff. The dude looks relatively annoyed. Um, I totally get it, and it might be for show, and some people they genuinely are annoyed. Me personally, I will probably be genuinely annoyed, and I'll just look at her and like, here we go again, and pay her no mind. So yeah, there might be some truth to the fact that he got tired of the goofy stuff. And
Yeah, she blew up.
say that again.
She blew up. Like her content blew up. She has like over 10 million followers. She blew, like she really blew up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did. She's and like I said, I don't know how people get famous. I don't know, but she was able to take advantage of it and build her following, and as she should. It's just that he wasn't just compatible with it, and he wanted to do his own thing. Now, uh, we have video. I'm gonna try this again. We did a good job yesterday. Let's go ahead and share the screen because Desmond got caught tonguing down another chick. Now, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people saying, "How could she not know who this couple is?" Ladies and gentlemen, to my knowledge, to what I found out through TMZ, they said they filed a divorce in Harris County. Ladies and gentlemen, that's in Houston. Houston is Harris County, essentially. And let me tell you right now, nobody knew who these people were. Like, even when it comes to celebrities, we'll walk past them if we know them. But this right here, social media couples, ain't nobody know who these people were. Hell no, ain't nobody keeping up. But like, ain't you Desmond? No, stop it. So he got caught kissing another chick. And social media, y'all found this other chick. And she came out and responded to the situation. Now, like I said, let's see. We did a good job yesterday with this thing not lagging. Glory to God. So let's see if it does the same thing today. Let me put this on the charger. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and play her response. Oops, let's do this. There we go. All right, let's get ready. Let's get ready to play our response. Just waiting for Oracle to come back. Oh no. Yep. Okay. All right. Oracle's back. Now let's get to this. Let's play the let's go ahead and play the video real quick.
And one time only, I am not the love in the situation knows that it was not me. And let's clear the air right now. I am definitely not transgender. I've always been, I love being a girl. No offense to the transgenders. And why are you guys calling a clearly straight man gay as an insult? I thought that was something we don't do in 2026. I did not call TMZ on myself. All the information that was released about me is public information and it's listed on my Instagram. They reached out to me the day they were going to release it saying that they had confirmed who I was and if I wanted to add anything on and make a statement, which is when I told them that I did not know who he was prior and that we had barely met that night. I'm pretty sure when you guys meet someone at a club, you don't interrogate them about who or what their social media status is. We were obviously many drinks in. The vibes were there, as you could tell. They are divorced. The ink is definitely dry. Most of you guys don't actually know these people. I don't have kids. I don't cook. I don't really watch family content. I'm not on that side of TikTok. Also, there's so many fake accounts of me right now and a whole fake relationship. I don't have a boyfriend. This is my only TikTok account. I've also seen so many TikTok stories that said I asked him to buy me a bottle, which is insane work. I would never do that. I'm gonna get hate regardless if I post a video or not, but I just wanted to clear my name because, again, I am not the one.
All right, y'all. Well, at least the microphone worked. All right, y'all, we're back. Apologies for that. Like I said, the we did a good job with it not lagging yesterday, and I guess it said up. Stick your hand in the candy jar one too many times. So that was the person who gave her side of the story, saying she's not anybody's side chick. It ain't even like that. So that's where that situation is at right now with it. And like I said, with the whole situation when this broke, ladies and gentlemen, it's real simple. Um he made he made a decision. Nothing more, nothing less. He made a decision, and he said that this outcome, excuse me. He said this outcome is what he wanted to do. And if, like I said, that's what he wanted to do, then it is what it is. So now, one quick second, y'all. Let me make sure Target this link again. Okay. All right, there we go.
Go ahead.
Okay, my bad. It's just technical difficulties on my part. The computer was saying, you're doing too much. So it's all good. But pretty much that was the alleged side chick that yeah, that was the last time she said she's not no side chick. She didn't have any idea who this person was, if he was married or not. She doesn't do the social media content regarding who these social media couples are. And I believe her. The reason why I believe her is because I didn't know who these people were like that prior to this being a thing. And I would never have known that. I'll be perfectly honest. I probably walked past these two before in my life, and I didn't make anything of it. Not knowing that they're in Houston, the possibilities of me walking past them is very probable. But for me to obtain like, oh, she's cute. I need to find out where she lives, who she is, all this other stuff. I don't even do that at all. So whoever this Christy chick is, sorry, she's very attractive, but nah, I wouldn't know her from a can of paint. I'm gonna be
You
perfectly
know,
honest.
you
Go
know,
ahead,
there's a
Tara.
lot of people. Are you still talking about Desmond and
Oh,
Christy? Because a lot of people
absolutely
do
not.
know them. What
I'm
you
sorry. Say
say?
that one time.
So a lot of people do know who they are, Desmond and Christy.
I'm surprised that they do. It wouldn't surprise me if most of the fan base is West Coast.
Yeah, people know who they are. She's been on red carpets with like A-list celebrities now because she blew up.
Yeah, cause her, the R&B singer, her, that's our cousin.
Who? Oh, her is Christy's cousin.
That's what they was. That's what was told to me. They said that's our cousin.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's new.
So
But
yeah, and like I
my
said, they
bad,
saying
my
he.
bad for
It,
all the disturbance. My bad.
say what?
I said my bad. My camera keeps cutting off.
No, no, it's all good. It's all good. Trust me, I'm not tripping. But
Okay.
yeah, one thing I can tell you, because the person that told me this, I had to explain to her, we're in Houston. We got other things to worry about. And if you're not like a if you're not doing something substantiating or substantial that's really going to put you on the map, we don't know who you are. Like I said, I probably walked past these two hundreds of times in Houston and didn't think of it. Because we walk past, for the most part, we walk past celebrities all the time and we just treat them like human beings, the ones we do know. So the ones that we don't have a clue at all, you getting treated like everybody else. So I get it. And the last thing I saw was Christy got a haircut, so she's never coming back. And he did a
I think they've grown apart. To be honest with you, like I think that they have grown apart. I think that they've been together since they were like in middle school. I think they were 14. I know he's actually a pretty good chef. I think maybe her shenanigans kind of outshined what he felt like his purpose was to be a chef. And even though it blew up, I just think that he kind of was over it. Like because she does little silly things, and I think he was just over it. And I heard that he cheated on purpose.
I cannot confirm or deny if he cheated on purpose. I understand that them being Jehovah Witness, the only way they could get out of their marriage if infidelity is present. That's the only way they can get out of that marriage. So there's nothing to confirm it. Now, people want to surmise that. I understand. I don't fault them for doing that. It is probable. But to what Tara said, yeah, they just grew out of it. Or better yet, they didn't grow together. They grew apart. And because they grew apart, now 12, well, actually, I don't know how old they are right now. If somebody could tell me how old they are, I would greatly appreciate it. But I'll say 12-year of marriage went down the drain, and all the years prior to that went down the drain as well. All you had to do was grow apart. Now somebody's gonna say, nobody, she shouldn't have to be, she or he shouldn't have to be trapped in their relationship. If they wanted to leave, they should be able to leave. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Exactly.
But if commitment is a goal and the promise is a goal, um,
Religion would do that.
hmm,
Religion would do that to marriages. Religion takes a huge toll on marriages. Religion would do that. I'm not a Jehovah Witness, but it sounds like a little bit like the religion I was in, a little bit.
right, and we're definitely going to get into that later. I want you to get speak on that however you feel like it. This
Mhm.
is you're in a safe space to where you can literally say anything and everything. Don't worry about any blowbacks or channel getting compromised. Don't worry, this is a safe space. You could talk about that unfiltered as you please. Well, we got time for that. But ladies and gentlemen, that was quick hits. This is 101. I am Christopher J. That is Tara the Oracle. Thank you guys for tuning in. So let's, okay, there it is. So let's get started with this interview. On the clubhouse side, content. He's on the stage right now. Content, what's good, man?
Did content just be here? I didn't know he was here.
Yeah, content is currently on.
Chris, who is that beautiful woman you got on
Oh
Actually,
God, I love content.
yeah. Shout out to Tara, man. So, and usually I don't do this, but for Clubhouse, we're gonna make a session. We're gonna let the stage build up. Anybody want to come on the stage and be part of the show? They can by showing their presence as far as conversations, asking questions. Let's hold off on that towards the end. But let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. So, um, ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows that I am a Clubhouse participant. I am literally always on Clubhouse. Those who don't see me on YouTube, um, those who don't see me on YouTube or Discord to a far less degree, usually on Clubhouse, engaging in conversations, sharpening up my skills, looking for worthy opponents to challenge me on stuff. But one day we'll cross that. We'll cross that bridge. But Tara, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the many people that I have came across on Clubhouse. I have heard her engage in conversations. I'm like, okay, okay, her perspectives is interesting and it's fair, and I appreciate that. So I was like, okay, she's a fair individual that I can listen to and have a conversation with. But Tara, for the new audience, why don't you tell people who you are, where you're from, and just introduce yourself to the world who doesn't know you already.
My name is Tara. I am.
Uh, don't worry. One thing I can tell you, Tara is a mother, a proud mama, and them kids. Hey, shout out to the kids. But while Tara's taking care of that, she'll be right back. Um, Look, so when it comes to me knowing Tara, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, she's gonna get into it. Um, Clubhouse, just so you know, Tara is a special person. We all know the rep that Clubhouse gets on how, let's just say, people say it could be a landmine. A lot of people are scared to come to Clubhouse. A lot of people are scared to engage with people on Clubhouse. And one thing I've always told people when it comes to, I try to do a good job of keeping my YouTube life and my Clubhouse life separate because I know some those worlds are just not going to mesh well together. Not to say there's not no YouTube person that can hang with my Clubhouse people. Raw G has interacted with people from Clubhouse like yesterday. Obviously, Cell did it as well. So those are a few people that I know that I can bang with anybody. Tara, being such a sweet lady herself, managed to come to this dangerous place that's called Clubhouse and feel right at home. So, and Tara, whenever you're ready to just come off your mic and speak, and I'll give you the floor. So that's who she is. And matter of fact, while she's doing that, let me go ahead and turn it to content real quick. Cause content, why don't you tell the audience something about Tara that they probably don't know about her?
She's very smart. She's a mother of three. She's God fearing. Very knowledgeable. A very genuine person, and she's very down to earth. I got a lot of respect for her, and very well spoken. You know,
That was
she has a
my
really
mom
good
and
heart.
Sabrina, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good, Tara. But go ahead. Let's see where she at. Okay, she had to step off the mic real quick.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
still here. I'm still here.
oh yeah,
I
we'll
had a
hear you. Go ahead, Tara. You tell us about yourself. Should be right. And like I said, she'll be right back. Like you said, like content said, mother of three, God fearing, and sweet soul to be around. And you guys really heard her last comment regarding the idea of how religion plays a part of marriage. We'll get into that. Tara, floor is yours. Go right ahead.
Yeah, that was my mom. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, my name is Tara. Um, yeah, I am a mom. What else did you want to know about me,
Oh,
Chris?
what do you want? What do you want the world to know about you?
Um, I am a cult survivor. I was in a religious group. That's religious the religion thing I was telling you guys about. So now I am a spiritual person. I do oracle cards on my YouTube page. So that's like kind of why I call myself the oracle because of the spiritual practices that I do now.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I do now.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Now, you being on YouTube, what made you bring your talents and your wisdom to a place like YouTube? What made you make that transition from your personal life to YouTube?
Really just wanted a platform. I wanted a platform to share what I do because I really actually like what I do. I feel like it's very helpful to people. But some people are really scared of what I do as well. They think that it's witchcraft and stuff like that. But, I just wanted to share like a different side of that world that it doesn't have to be dark. So yeah, it actually helps me heal a lot from when I was just breaking out of the cult. I was in that group for 10 years of my life. So I really needed, so it actually helped me heal because I went through a lot of spiritual abuse when I was in
Mm,
the group. So yeah, I actually really, it's like, I don't know, it's like something that God gave me to heal what I was going through because I was going through like a lot of spiritual warfare. So yeah, hope that makes sense.
no, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And how long you been on the West Coast?
I lived in California all my life.
So how does people like to say how's the weather out there? My question is how's the taxes out there?
It's high in California. It's very high. Yes.
Yeah, I
It's
know. This
very
is
high. This is just where I lived all my life. I did live in Mexico for a little bit, but that was quickly. I, came home.
what made what about Mexico? Like you said, I'm gonna go live technically out of the country. Mexico of all places. What attracted you to Mexico?
It didn't attract me, honestly. I went to Mexico when I was pregnant with my third daughter.
Mhm.
And I that was the place that my husband at the time wanted to go. So I went with him.
Oh, to live there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting place. Was he you guys bilingual?
No, we lived like close by like the border, so we would like be in and out of San Diego. So we spent a lot of time in San Diego, but we lived technically in Mexico. It was weird. It was his idea, but I didn't stay there for too long. I was there for maybe like 4 months, and then
Okay.
I came back to the states.
How was the people like the citizens of Mexico?
It was way different because I didn't speak any Spanish. And when I went to things like Walmart, I used to have to pull out my phone to translate. I did like the pesos though because it's like way cheaper than America. So
Yes.
yeah, the pesos was great because you can go and buy things and it'll just be like way less money than it is out here. But everything else, I did not like it because I didn't know how to speak the language and it was just weird. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, because I can see the I can say that's a great concept that was probably poorly executed, but the idea is the thought about it is nice. to make California money but live in Mexico.
That's pretty much what my husband wanted to do. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that was what he wanted to do.
So I'll give him credit. It's not a bad idea at all. It's just
Mhm.
that you might want to learn the language.
Yeah, when you have three kids and they have to go to school, I'm like, well, how am I going to? You know, it was just so much. I'm like, how am I going to put my kids in school? It was a lot.
Yeah, I would imagine. Like you said, not a bad idea. Just you might want to learn Spanish. I
Yeah.
know that is on my to do list. I learned it briefly through Rosetta Stone last year, briefly, and I forgot the stuff that I learned already. So I'm gonna do it. Matter of fact, I need to label this house in Spanish for me and my son so we can stay ahead of the game. But in Mexico, that's an interesting spot. Do you have the idea or the desire to move somewhere else? Like, would it be within the country or out the country?
Yes, I would love to go to like the South. The main place that I really wanted to go was Tennessee. So I want to go to like the South.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tennessee. That's not a bad spot. That's on my to do list. Especially Memphis. I know some people say, why would you want to go to
Oh yeah, I
Memphis?
heard a lot about Memphis. Is it bad?
They yeah. It's it's in a growing stage. I'll just say that it's in a growing stage, but yeah, Tallahassee, not Tallahassee. That's Florida. I'm tripping. But yeah, I'm definitely going to Nashville one of these days because people say you have to go to Nashville. It's equivalent to Wakanda, but for Caucasians. I was like, I guess one day. But Tennessee, that's not a bad state. And what
It was.
about? Oh, go ahead.
I heard that it's the most expensive place to live out there in Tennessee. Nashville, it gets more expensive. Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know.
Well, I'm definitely not. I'm taking that off my list. You ain't doing that. Thank you. You're the best. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But if you do have the desire to move out the country or at least to go visit, what's that one place you would like to go to?
Visit. I haven't been a lot of places. So, Hawaii, maybe I hear good things about Hawaii. I lived in Vegas for a little bit, but I didn't like it. It was too hot. So I just want to go somewhere tropical, hopefully one day.
No, you're good. I don't know why what's people's obsession with Vegas. People have been trying
Yeah,
to
it's too
go to
hot. I
Vegas.
don't even there. Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah, shout out to DJ Hemp. He's doing his meetup in Vegas next month. Mamiya is bringing the conclaves to Vegas. WrestleMania's in Vegas. I don't know what it is about Vegas these past year or two, but y'all, please leave it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in Vegas at all. But hey, to each his own. Um, switching gears. We started off with quick hits because on your channel you like to tackle the hot topics. Um, and some of the and I was like, what drew you into like this is my lane, this is where I'm most comfortable being myself and putting that perspectives out there. What drew you to that style and putting it
Are
on
you
YouTube?
talking about the Oracle cards and the tarot?
The pop culture stuff like the Braxtons. I saw you speak about the
Oh,
Braxtons.
yeah. Well, I love I'm a huge reality TV show fan. So
Mhm.
the Braxton Family Values is one of my favorite shows. And, you know, I feel like even I don't personally know them, but I've been watching them since season one. So a lot of the things that they were going through, I just felt like I wanted to talk about because I've been watching a family for a long time. I just like talking about reality TV because I love it. So that's just one of my favorite shows. And then as far as like reading the energy, like I did a reading on Tamar and Mendici's. Um,
Oh, hmm
yeah, I like reading energy. I like to get people business and test my intuition. So that's what I did. So
okay. So women's intuitions in combination with your tarot reading. Well, how often have you been right on that on those readings?
I feel like I mean, to be honest with you, I have given personal readings, and I give my family personal readings. They tell me pretty much they can resonate with the messages. I have a friend that told me that some of the things that came out in the reading took place in her life. So there's been people would tell you.
Okay. So, all right, nice, nice. Now, I do, and I wanted to see, because I always want to know when it comes to the tarot readings, do those I'll do the oracles, look at people's lives, like particularly celebrities, and are they able to give I'll call it a distance reading, because obviously if you was there, you probably get a little bit more details and a little bit more insight, but every now and then when you scroll online or you see something on TV, do you sense something be like, okay, this is what's going on? Not based off of, yes, women's intuition, but also through your special techniques.
So say the last part again. So you're asking me how do I use my intuition on what's the last part?
On just like celebrities, like are you able to use your special techniques on the celebrities just by just like scrolling, seeing something, and from a distance, you be like, okay, this is what's going to happen, or this is what's probably in the future.
I never really look at it like that. So okay, I can give you like an example. Like I did a reading on I don't know if you watch the show Love and Hip Hop, but I did a
Uh,
reading.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did a reading on Kurt and Jasmine, his side chick he had a baby with. And during the reading, it was saying how they were still sleeping together and how he really likes the girl, he just can't be with her because he's married and they're still sneaking around. And then I was like, okay, that came out of my reading. And then like a week later, I seen clips of her saying that he's still trying to sleep with her. So then that kind of gave me confirmation. Okay, maybe my reading was right. Maybe they are still messing around. Maybe he is still, because it came out in my reading, if that makes sense. Like, things will come out when you use cards and stuff. It will come out. It's
Right.
very real. Some people don't know. So a lot of people don't believe in it, but it's very real.
Okay, and let's touch on the readings. Yeah, let's touch on that. But I guess we have to go to the beginning because that's where you're at right now. But you wasn't always into tarot cards or tarot reading.
Um, to
Um,
be- uh, I didn't practice it, no, but before I joined the group I was in, like the Hebrew Israelites, I did like tarot. Like I have a sister that's a tarot card reader. She's actually pretty successful. So,
okay.
it kind of runs in our family, I guess, a little bit. But yeah, she told me that I was the first person that she got her tarot card reading with, because I was always into it, but I never knew that I would practice it. It's just something I was always into. But I ended up joining that religious group, and we couldn't do anything in the group. Like we
Yeah.
definitely couldn't, do that. So it was a side of me that I definitely had to suppress because I was in that group, and they call you the devil and things like that. So.
Okay. So, and I guess it runs in the family because I do want to get to the part of you were a Hebrew Israelite. So I
Mhm.
want to get into that, but I want to start with since you said that tarot reading has always been a part of you. What it and I'm trying to ask the right questions because I find it intriguing, and this is a safe zone where we're here to. I want you to educate us because we don't get to have these conversations often. We don't come across people who are readers. I come across people who are spiritual. Like I'm not gonna say speak to the dead, but they have um, one has spiritual dreams, almost similar to Joseph in the Bible, to my opinion. That runs through her family, and I know some people who are considered, lack of a better word, witch, and they just have that special technique as well. So I want to know, how did you come across your special gifts? How did you, what was the first, how did that start?
Okay, so I feel like when I knew that I was being pushed to do my own practices is when I just separated from my husband. My husband abandoned me, with my children. I had nothing. Like when he left me, I literally had nothing. I didn't even know where I was gonna go. I didn't know anything, and I was also still under very heavy spiritual manipulation as far as believing everything in the Bible, and I was under a lot of mind control. Like I couldn't do anything. Like I had to follow everything that my husband said. Wasn't able to use my own mind at all. So when he left, I was literally like lost. So I just remember scrolling on YouTube, like watching different readings that would resonate with me, that was actually really helping me. They revealed a lot about my husband. It revealed a lot about me, who I was, and everything I was going through just by me watching these readings. So I've just felt like, okay, this is really helping me. I want to, I started making my own cards, and then I started like doing my own readings, and it was just something that was there. Like it was God showing me that, it was my calling as well to do readings. So I just started doing readings, and it revealed a lot. It revealed so much to me. Like I was able to get over it. I was able to heal because God revealed everything to me about what my husband was doing behind my
Hmm.
back, and the spiritual warfare that I was going through, and just everything. So yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, and you, because you talked about how it was like a trance or a brainwash while you was a Hebrew Israelite.
Mm.
Now, so I wanted to. I guess we have to go to the beginning. How did you get introduced into the lifestyle of being a Hebrew Israelite? And now let me actually say this for the disclaimer. You guys, this is no in way, shape, or form a shun or disrespect to anybody that is Hebrew Israelite. We are having a open conversation. Tara is going to share us her stories of the time that she was an Israelite and how we got right here. This is not to say that the group is bad or anything. We're just having a open conversation. But Tara, how did you get introduced to the life of being a Hebrew Israelite?
Okay, so I was very young. When I was about 22 years old, I was dating this older guy, and he would talk about the Bible all the time. I really wasn't paying him attention because like I said, I didn't know nothing about it. But he would always say that we're the Jews, you're from the tribe of Judah. Like he carried the Bible around a lot. He was just telling me how I'm a Jew. I'm from the tribe of Judah, and we are the chosen people and things like that. So I really wasn't taking him seriously, but I wanted to keep him honestly. So I was like, let me just do my own research. So I started doing my own research, and this guy, like, we stopped talking completely. Like, like we didn't even talk anymore. But I was still kind of like intrigued on trying to learn exactly what he was talking about. So
Hmm.
I started doing my own research on YouTube, and I came across a group, and they were doing like street teachings, and I was just so hooked on the videos. Like I would come home and just lock myself in the room and just watch the videos all day. I was very, very like intrigued by the teachings. I'm sorry, my son. Hold
No,
on.
that's okay. That's okay.
But yes, that's what happened. Like, I just became very intrigued by the readings. I mean, I'm sorry, by the teachings that they were doing, the street teachings, like teaching the people out the scriptures on the street. How they yell in the street and stuff. So
Hmm.
I used to watch those, and I used to take notes, and they had this number that would flash on the screen. It said, if for more information, call. So I ended up calling, and they gave me the steps on how to join the group, and that's what I did. I joined the group. I stayed in there for 10 years. So
And
yeah.
you and you was 22 and you.
Well, when I joined, I was 22. I was studying up to When I joined, it was in 2015, so I believe I was 24. So yeah, when I
Uh-huh.
actually officially joined, I was 24 years old.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's when you started, that's when around the time that you and your husband got married, correct?
Yeah, I joined the group in 2015. I met my husband and I actually got married pretty fast. I got married in 2017. That's when we got married. And then I had my first kid in 2018. So it went like pretty fast. Yeah.
Okay. What about and like I said, to the any Israelite, I'm not my goal is not to be disrespectful.
Oh
I'm
my
just asking
gosh.
qualifying questions.
Is there Israelites in the room right now?
No, no, there's no
Oh,
Israelites in the
okay.
room.
Because
But either way, you're in a safe space. Like I said,
they're
no one's
going to
gonna.
call me all kind of Jezebels if they, so they can call me all kind of Jezebel devils if they in here. So,
You're in a safe space. Everybody's cool,
um,
calm, and collect. I trust me. I know how YouTube and works, and these clips will work. It's gonna spread. So I'm just letting you know there's no smoke. Now
I gotta
you brought
prepare
up
myself to say it. But all right, what you say?
you good, you good. Now you said something earlier regarding how religion can be a wane, well, strain on your on marriages. In detail, what do you mean by that?
Well, this is my take on religion. I feel like when you're overly religious, your natural intuition is blocked. So in marriage, they have so much strict rules that you really can't go off of anything that you naturally feel because you're still trying to upkeep the the word of the Bible. So if you naturally feel like you don't want to be with this person, you're going to feel so like you can't do this because the Bible says this. You can't do that because the Bible says this. So to me, it takes a toll on the marriage because you're not doing what your natural intuition is telling you to do. You're trying to please God, quote unquote, instead of, listening to your natural intuition. So that's how I feel about it.
So when you was Israelite, did they implore you guys to negate your natural instincts of being a human and probably pick up a new principle?
Yeah, you can't do nothing but unless the Bible says it. Like everything is the Bible this, the Bible that, the Bible this. Like my ex, he whenever I did anything that he felt was wrong, he would get out the Bible and yell it and scream it and read all the scriptures and it's kind of a lot when you are going through a lot of something and then only thing people can say is what the Bible says and read the Bible, read the Bible. It became a lot for me, especially when you are in a situation where there's a lot of like emotional abuse. So yeah.
The Can we say can we say regarding what's obviously the first, I call it the first five, which is essentially the Torah, which is what the Israelites base their laws from. Can we say that there's a separation between somebody living by the Bible and being somebody trying to weaponize the Bible against you?
I feel like intentions is everything. You would know by the energy that the person brings. I'm not going to say every single Hebrew Israelite weaponizes the Bible, but a lot of them do weaponize the Bible because the Bible is their weapon. They even say that they call their Bible, their strap or whatever. They use the Bible to me as a weapon, and I'm not saying all of the results is bad, but a lot of it is bad. When some people in the group they definitely use the Bible as a weapon for sure. Like when you're yelling and screaming at it, especially towards women as well. But like really women, they yeah. It's kind of like to have women in a lot of like they can't really do nothing. Like we can't do nothing really but what the Bible says. Like we can't do anything. A lot of women in there can't do nothing.
It sounds yeah, right, and it sounds like they're trying to and while charge down for the moment. It sounds like what the men were trying to do is hold their women accountable to a biblical principle that they live by. I would say that's fine, but I'll have to ask them, the brothers, do you guys hold yourself to those same principles as well? Or is it one sided? Now, obviously, I'm not talking to all Israelites because I know better. I know great people who are Israelites. Shout out to DJ Hamp. He's one of them. What I'm highlighting is you can hold your partner to a standard. I am for that. I think that will make the marriage better. I have a problem when it's just one sided and you're not holding yourself to that same standard. You're going to take it out on your wife. And I will say this, when you screw up, keeping the same energy, is your wife allowed to yell, get the Bible, and hold you accountable as well? Because there are passages on what the women have to do. There's passages on what the men have to do as well. So
Like
it should be a two-way street.
it is. It could be. Yeah. I think it depends on the person that you're with. You have to be with somebody that respects you, you know. But like I said, when you have just a bunch of regular people who have not healed from any kind of trauma and they're just being forced, you know, because the group that we were in, they were really strict on the men to have their houses in order, you know. But some of these men were, they didn't know how to have themselves in order, so they couldn't have their homes in order either. But yeah,
Right.
they would like force them to get your wife in check. Like your wife has to be in check. You know, these could be men that's suffering from like mental issues, narcissism, just some men that just not healed at all, and then they have no authorities outside of their home really because they have to listen to captains and all that. So some of these men come home and really like lord over their wives and use the Bible to try to get their women in check, but they're not doing it right. It's like yelling and screaming. They have no care for their wives. They don't care about what's going on. All they want is for their wives to be in order. So yeah, like my ex, he was so like he would be like, "You're gonna read Proverbs 31 all day, and then when I get home, I'm gonna test you on it." Like he made me flashcards. Like it was like extreme. So it's to the point where the home is not even like a home anymore. It's like a fucking battlefield and um war. Yeah. So that's how it
Yeah.
be. That's how it be in there.
Yeah, because there's nothing wrong. See, there's nothing wrong with the Proverbs 31, Proverbs 31 wife. There's nothing wrong with that. All I tell people is there's 30 more chapters in that book. Go read it. Don't skip all the way
Proverbs
to the
31 is great. I love Proverbs 31. I that's one of my favorite things to read in the Bible. I don't think it's anything bad. I just think that um, the way people use the scripture can sometimes be bad because it's just to put women in their place or whatever. But I don't feel like anyone should be forced to do anything. You know what I mean?
correct.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. It's funny enough because, of course, you know this, and people on YouTube know this as well. You got a couple people that try to do this, but people do weaponize the Bible against women. The men, the men weaponize the Bible against the women, which is funny because I'll say this: if you're going to weaponize that Bible against her, allow me to do the same thing to you, my brother, which I've done on this app. Um, I'll tell the story. It's somewhere on my special guest playlist when I was on Hamp Show. This is actually my first time actually going on Hamp Show.
Are you a Christian?
Yes. You say Christian. I believe in God the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. You can say Hebrew. You can say a lot of things. I'm team God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But yeah, if people say I'm Christian, I say yes, I am. Now, speaking of which, somebody, let me not say his name, but I hope people really catch on to who I'm talking about. There's this person who's a blatant misogynist. YouTube, I did that on purpose because you know who you should know who I'm talking about. He, per usual, he was trying to silence a woman on the stage. Or excuse me, on the panel. And he went to the book of Timothy, where Paul mentioned that a woman should be silenced in the church. I so happened to be on the the panel when he said that, and I'm looking like, you do know that's not what that verse means in the proper context, right? He tried to say it is. I was like, no, that verse is for, if you want to go to the details of that verse, that's for women in church, not on a panel on YouTube. Because what people are trying to do is manipulate the Bible into what it to mean something different, which is why I'm going to um, read it in the actual context, so that way I know for sure what the verse means, so no one can weaponize the Bible against me or anybody else. Because you have a lot of people that do that. He wasn't Israelite. He wasn't even a Christian. He wasn't even none of that. He just hated women. He just had a hatred for women so much that anything to weaponize women, he'll use it, including the Bible. So what I wanted to ask, um, wanted to ask, like, was you able during your marriage, was you able to like get at your ex and be like, all right, stop. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna say this about me, I got some things I want to say about you. If he was not living by the Bible, did you ever have that conversation with him?
I did what I tried. You know, he was very strict. He just wanted me in line. He didn't really care. You know, there's times when I would try to say little things, but I eventually just tried to just like, you know, keep it cool with him. He's not really the kind of person you can just sit back and say, "Oh, well, I think you should do." You know, no, you don't want to hear none of that. So yeah, he was kind of strict and kind of hard to deal with, honestly.
No, I
But I
understand.
did try, you know, sometimes to use the Bible. But you know, mm-mm.
No, I totally get it. What was the level of abuse? What were the other levels of abuse that you suffered through while you was married?
I never. I mean, I didn't go through any like physical, like beating up. No, I just was suppressed a lot. Like my voice was suppressed. I had to do everything that in the group, the women they're like, well, we were commanded to do everything our husband says. They said if he's not telling you to sin, you have to do everything that they say. So even if they were like, if you knew that the decision that they were making probably wasn't the best for the family, they would say, okay, well, anyways, you know, that's your husband. You have to follow. You have to follow. So it used to be just a lot of like suppressing, um, you know, emotional. To me, it's emotional abuse when your your spouse is like very manipulative, you know, and you know, he would have to report a lot to the elder people about what's going on in his household. So say if it was in his best interest for me to look like the problem, he would manipulate it to them because they're very strict, like on the men's how their homes have to be in order. So if the wife is not
Right.
listening, whatever they say, if she's not submissive or whatever, it would be on the men. So that would be like a lot of pressure on them, and it would bring that pressure and anger home and take it out on the family because they're being seen as they don't have their house in order or something like that.
Right.
It's just like a lot of like militant like things that they
Right.
do.
And no,
Mhm.
that part I understand. And and I understand there's different fellowships, obviously across the nation or around the world.
Mhm.
So to my eye test, not all of them are going to move the same. I guess they're supposed to, but even in Christianity, baptism, whatever every religion, everybody's not going to move all in the same. It's going to be different. But in this fellowship that you was in, was you able to fellowship with other women? And was you able to fellowship with other women and y'all have an open dialogue about what's going on at home?
Yeah, I think fellowship, we were able to fellowship. A lot of the friends that I have, we were all going through the same thing, but a lot of us went through a lot of the same thing, but we were just vent to each other. We knew we could, there's nothing that we can do, but, you know, listen and, just follow along and try to be the best that we can be or whatever for these men. But a lot of the women, we all went through the same stuff, you know. We all went through the same things. So yeah, that's one thing I will say is that there was always somebody that was going through the same thing, and we all were just striving to be Proverbs 31 women, and that's what it was.
Um,
We had to just suppress it and keep on going.
no, I get it. I get it. And what was the final straw?
Well, the final straw for me, to be honest, that's why my story is like, it sounds crazy when I say it, but I did not want to leave because I was like really deep in it. I believe the doctrine. I believe that I had to stay with him to get the kingdom of heaven. I really believed that I was doing right by God, and I did not want to leave him. But he eventually, I really don't know what was going on behind the scene, but I look at it like God saved me out of it. But he eventually like told me that he wanted to divorce, and then he got like the people involved or whatever. So that's what happened to me. It was like kind of him. He's the one who pushed the whole issue, like not me. I thought I was in there trying to hold on to all that chaos, but thank God I was released. But if it wasn't for him doing that, I probably would still be in there because I really wanted to keep my family together, honestly.
Right. And I know as parents that's what we try to do when we come across when we reach a certain part of the crossroads of relationship where you could be the deciding factor if this relationship stays or where this relationship crumbles. And a lot of people will decide to make it work. And I would say you get an A for effort, but be like I tell people, yeah, they get an A for effort for trying to make the relationship work. They should not be shamed for that. You always got to try to fight for your marriage. So I totally get it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we used to have to go to classes on how to keep your household in order, how to be the perfect wife, just all kind of classes that they had us going to. So in my mind, I'm just like I was just following, yeah.
So
That's what happened. It was a lot. It's a lot of stuff that goes on in there. Like they used to have the women in classes. Like we used to have to take notes and stuff.
so real quick, outside of keeping the household in order, was there anything else that the fellowship prioritized regarding the men? Like how to be a better husband, how to
Okay,
improve your walk. Right.
yeah. This is the thing. It's not what they teach. It's the people. It's the people behind it. Like my husband, my ex was very. He just was not. I believe he was suffering from being like having like NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. That's just how I feel. It was because he was. It just wasn't a very good dynamic. It was like very like emotionally abusive. Like he didn't listen to me. He didn't really care about anything. He just wanted it his way. So it felt like suffocating at times when you can't ever speak and never get anything any of your opinions across, even when you're really just trying to help, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not what it sounds good, you know, oh the husband needs to do this, the husband needs to do that. But like I'm saying, some of those men, they're just very power hungry. They don't know how to properly do anything. They're just there to you know, like lord over their homes. They're not trying to like have proper order. All they want is to be the ruler. That's it. They don't care about the outcome as long as I'm the ruler.
Right.
So that's how it was. Like they can preach all day, you know, but the outcome, some of the outcomes is just not good.
And last thing about the Israelites. So you have the doctrine for the most part well read. Can and I understand that will leave a horrible taste in your mouth, and I totally understand. So I wanted to ask, uh, will you be um the issue? Was it the doctrine or was it God's people?
I think it was a doctrine too because
Mm.
I don't believe, like I said, the way I lived in there is way different than what I live now. Like I wore skirts all the way down to all the way down to my feet. I wore like huge head wraps. I didn't show anything. I'm still modest, but I was like really modest in there. I didn't eat like any like crab, any shrimp. I wore fringes with the border of blue on all of my clothes. Like I couldn't go out the house without having fringes on my clothes. You know, so I don't live like that anymore. And that's their doctrine. So that's why I said I don't go by their doctrine. Because you know, I have to it's just things that I don't live like that anymore. So no, I don't follow their doctrine. I
Right.
believe that God loves me. I don't believe that I have to dress like that to be for God to love me. Because they tell you that if you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, that you're gonna be burned in the lake of fire, and you know, and stuff like that. So I don't believe in that anymore. I don't feel like I have to do that.
Right. And one thing I always tell people this, like they have to be careful. I will say this because I actually want to get into your oracle journey. But when it comes to the doctrine, I always tell people, and I'll say here on my show across all these platforms, especially Clubhouse. This is why I don't go into biblical smoke. This is why I don't go.
You know what's crazy before you I mean, I don't know if I should say this, but biblical, well, no, you can finish. I'll say it after.
Well, not biblical smoke. I went in there one time, and they read something. They said this is this is something what God said, and I said no, that's what Paul said. He was about to start cussing and get it at me, and thought I was gonna run. I clicked the join button. I'm like, "What's up? This is why I said you was wrong." Now we had a conversation about that, and my taking is this: if you're gonna live by the doctrine, live by it, and make sure you don't take it out of context. That's what I always tell people. So they saying you must follow, in this case in context, you must follow all of the laws of the Bible, or else you you're gonna burn in the lake of fire.
Yes,
Not
you have to. You have to do everything that the Bible says,
so
or
so
you'll be. Hmm?
no. Here's the thing. I'm not mad. I'm not mad with the idea of these are God's commandments, and if you must follow them if you're on my side, which I agree because that's free will. I totally understand that. But one thing I always tell people this: if you're just doing the laws, but you forgot John 3:16 and John 14:6, all of that is irrelevant. That's one thing I tell people. If you're going to if you're going to teach the word correctly, and don't use the Bible as a fear tactics. like to scare people. One of my best friends told me about how it was growing up. I'm not gonna say it because that's her story to tell if she cares to tell it. I understand that even Christians, Catholics, Baptists, they kind of do they poison the doctrine, as I will call it. I'm gonna say that they poison the doctrine because this is supposed to be a good situation. It comes out bad, not because of not because of the book. It's because of the readers who decide to manipulate it into something that is not. And sometimes I feel like I have to apologize on behalf of those who's still in the doctrine of the book, and we understand we have some bad faith actors and a lot of people who go church goers, people that run the church and do all this other stuff. They kind of do their own thing, got carried away, and they have done more harm than good. Like you're literally going against what God told you to do. And I'll always go to the my dad. I got this from my dad, and now I use it. You keep playing with God's kids. It's best that you tie a milestone to your neck and jump in the water. That's why I think people, and I say this respectfully, because these are your children's father. I say this respectfully. That verse is for people like him. That verse is for people like in the fellowship who has taken a doctrine and made it into something else. And based off, if I had to go by based off of what you tell me, I don't think they hold themselves accountable to the same vigor as they hold their wives, and that I'm gonna have a problem with.
Yeah. Well, Chris, the group I was in is it's pretty much a religious cult.
Hmm.
There's even members that have platforms, sharing their stories in the group. So yeah, it's a lot. And
And
I was in it for so long, so you know, it's a lot. I'm just happy to be out, because I have family and friends that's still in there that I can't even speak to anymore. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, and that's kind of unfortunate because I think under better circumstances, better situation, there could be some positive, but I understand we are here now, and I hate that you went through that, and and like I said, I totally get it, I totally understand, but I also heard some more. I heard some horror stories. I'm just glad that you are not a victim of that, so thank God for that one. But let's switch gears because you said you're now a oracle. Now, and how did you get here? Like, what was that transition like from being a Hebrew Israelite to being an oracle? What was that like? If she's hold on, oh, she's not by her mic. Should be right back. But while she's taking care of that, let me go ahead and say this. Like I said, to those who are Israelites, this is obviously there's no disrespect towards you guys. I believe that one fellowship just so happened to tarnish the names, which is no surprise because, like I said, me being a believer of God, trust me, there's been some churches that have tarnished the name. There has been some Christians that's tarnished the name. Whatever, what's that quote I always say from Gandhi? I will be a Christian if it wasn't for Christians. Meaning, when it comes to representing God, what God wants us to be, there's a certain way you have to carry yourself. There's a certain way you have to walk, how you talk, and all this other stuff. And there's some people who just go out the way and just ruin the message. Now, I will say this. I know that I got a long way to go. Still got some work being done. You really have to forcefully be a screw up to really mess up the doctrine, in my opinion. Because for the simple fact that we're all humans and mistakes happen and accidents happen, the question is, did you learn from that? Which is what should be hyper focused on. My issue with some churches, not most, not all, some, they have a responsibility from God, and they need to hold on to it to the T and do it to the fullest. That's my, but some way, shape, or form, they delivery screw up and fail. That's my take. But Oracle, you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
here.
sorry. You stepped away, so I just wanted to give you a chance to come back to the microphone. Now, what
No,
was
sometimes I'll put the camera off because I'm doing something, but I'm still here. I'm
absolutely no,
sorry.
no, no, trust me, I understand. It's all good. It's all good. So after you left the group, or you was what's the word they use? Disassociated, or denounce, or disavow.
Chris, can you put in the chat real quick?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Just go ahead. To our content wanted to jump in real quick.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask if your kid's father is still in their lives.
No, he's not in their lives. No.
So when it comes to him, well, when it comes to Israelites, so how does that work? 'Cause it's like, and I guess I'll just jump back here just real quick because I'm trying to understand. You guys had 3 kids together. What is his responsibility now that you're not that now that you're disassociated with the group?
He has no responsibility. I have not seen him. Honestly, I have not seen him in 3 years.
And he should be, and technically by the faith or by the doctrine, he's obligated to take care of these children, but he has yet to do it. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, I appreciate that question. Content. Now, Tara, what was that healing journey like, or are you still on that journey of healing?
It was hard. I sometimes I still go through things, but to be honest with you, I'm doing a lot better now because I have like outlets and stuff.
You have outlets, and one of your outlets, um, from our previous conversation, was your readings. How was you able to find your way back to reading?
The first thing I did is I was watching a lot of readings and getting a lot of readings because my sister is an oracle as well, and she has a tarot card business. So she used to give me a lot of readings.
And what does it mean to be an oracle? Because I've been hearing that title a lot. Granted, it's been used throughout time as a good title to have because it sounds neo soul ish. But what does it mean to be an oracle?
I would explain it as being very highly intuitive. Some people like to say psychic, but I don't like that word. I just like to say that I'm very highly intuitive. Someone who channels messages, and I just like to look at it as someone that God chose to channel messages for the collective. Um, yeah. So it's a person that's just very, very spiritual.
It's very spiritual. And ironically, I know 2 people who are, I would call them oracles. Giving your definition, I would definitely call them oracles. I know 2 of them. What's the biggest misnomer of being oracle?
Who?
You. What's the biggest, in your opinion? What is the biggest misnomer? What is the one thing? Or actually, what are those things that when they hear about what you do, they say, "Oh, you this, you that. That's what this means." Like, what's one thing that is? not true? What's one of many things that is not true about being an oracle that the public might think is a negative?
I'll say that they think that we're all evil, and that we're not all evil. Some is evil, but not all is evil. But that is like that you worship the devil. That's not true.
Okay, because I know yes, because as it was told to people, not read to them. Um, but because somebody from second or third party knowledge, they say oracle readers have access to energy that is meant for God and God alone, and you need to stay away from them. What do you say to those people? All right, she stepped away from my. She'll be right back.
Now,
Oh,
can you
oh, there she
repeat?
is. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tara.
I said, can you repeat it, please?
Okay. Um, when people say talk about oracles, they always say they have tapped into an energy that is not meant for people to tap into, and that's essentially we're going to call it black magic, and you should stay away from those people. What is your take on that, and what is your message to those who have that information stored away within their temple?
Black magic to me is definitely, I mean, a lot of things could be black magic. Black magic usually has evil intentions to it. So you have to pay attention to a person's intentions on whatever they do. There's a light and dark to every craft that you do. So if someone's intentions is to be dark towards you, then that's what it is. But just because a person reads cards does not mean that their intentions is bad, but or not all magic is bad magic. Some magic is great magic. Magic is
Hmm.
not a bad thing. And black magic is usually people that have bad, like, projection magic. People that want to swap destinies and all that weird shit that be going on. But me, I'm more on the light side. I'm more of a light witch. People want to call it a witch or whatever. But I'm very positive, and I bring positivity to people. So I'm not a dark person, but some people are. There's some preachers that are dark. Just because you read cards don't mean you're dark. It's really who you are, your heart, your intentions is what makes you dark.
And take no offense to this, but with your readings, do you do you have the technique to see if somebody's going to win money, millions of dollars, if anything? Some people
I
can
don't
settle for
even go into
thousands.
that. I don't go into that. Honestly, I don't. That's not. I don't really go into if people want to win money or whatever. So if I don't. I've never even had to tap into that kind of energy.
Mm, okay. So, what was there was going to be a particular question that I was going to ask, but we'll get back into it. How did Oracle, being an Oracle, help you heal from being an Israelite?
Because I found out a lot of things about, like, it just revealed a lot. It reveals like a lot of stuff to me. You know, I feel like it revealed that my husband was unfaithful, and I didn't know. It revealed that he had it revealed that he was battling things. Just revealed a lot to me. So things that I didn't know, just like off. I just didn't know. So when I started like digging deep and stuff, and I learned a lot of things.
So it did reveal that he was. What did it reveal? If you feel comfortable sharing.
I feel like it revealed that he was cheating, pretty much. It revealed that.
But but I find see I don't ever condone cheating because I think it's stupid because especially you want to use religion. Granted, it was never prescriptive. It was more so on the descriptive side. But it since I know people take the Bible out of context. Why didn't he just open up the possibility of polygamy?
Well, in the group that we were with, they are against polygamy. They preach one wife. So a lot of those men, which I honestly think that's probably what they should do, but a lot of those men have to suppress. That's why a lot of them probably end up having women on the side or something because the group preaches only one wife, and so anything that he had to do, he had to sneak and do it because he wouldn't be allowed to like openly have another wife. Like we were under very strict rules. They had to, pretty much they could not do that. If they wanted to do that, they cannot do that.
All right. There's Moth is here on Clubhouse. He has a question that he wants to ask you. Moth, are you there? Moth, you there?
Yes. My bad, Chris. I didn't know I could talk. Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? Now,
Um,
oh, go ahead. You guys, Tara, your question.
yeah,
Yeah,
Tara. So the oracle, I guess that's what I'm hearing.
Right.
What separates you from a prophet or Jesus?
What separates you from a prophet or Jesus, given that you're an oracle?
Well, I'm just simply not Jesus. I'm not really a Jesus type of girl, to be honest with you. I believe in the Most High God, I used to do all that Jesus stuff, but I don't do that anymore. I definitely believe in God. I believe that God is the creator and the head of the universe. I believe that He is the all be all, So I'm definitely not that. Do I think that His Spirit has chose me to reveal things that the collective needs? Yes, but I'm not the ruler of the universe. So that's what separates me from God. But I really don't do the Jesus stuff anymore. Sorry.
And is it because of the bad experience that you had?
You know what? I don't know because I did go through a lot of religious abuse, but I feel like it showed me that God loves me, and I don't have to pay attention to names and all that stuff to feel to have God's protection. I know that He is someone who's guided my life. And
Mhm.
I find that, don't take this offensive, please, but I find people that do, focus on Jesus and stuff, they have blocked intuitions. Like they don't know how to follow their own path. It's a kind of like they hide behind religion. And I feel like I was the same. So that's why I just stay away from it. Like I don't feel like I have to hide behind religion.
Yeah,
I don't.
and with that, real quick, one thing I have seen, because look, like when it comes to, I understand, lean not on your own understanding. I understand that part, but also we read the book of Proverbs, and if you pray for guidance, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you're going to start to see things through a different light, and you can make the best decisions with the proper guidance. So I understand what you're saying. Like people are so into the doctrine to the point where I'm not gonna say they forget who themselves, but the fact that you forget, like, yeah, they forgot who they are, and they quite frankly, even through the doctrine, they don't know who they are. And I'm looking like I'm God's child. I'm God's child. I almost say I'm God's son. That would have been blasphemous. But yeah, I'm a child of God at the end of the day. And I do make my own decisions. And God sits there and laughs at me and be like, oh, this is gonna be good. And has those decisions worked out in my favor? 9 times out of 10, it hasn't. But I do think there is a opportunity for me to grow. And I think people who are indoctrinated are not growing. Matter of fact, they don't even have a relationship with either God the Father, the Son, or the Holy Spirit.
No, they think they do. Um, I don't know. I don't want to say they don't. I just feel like when you're so indoctrinated and all you know is what you've been is what people are telling you and what you're reading and that's all you go by, um, it just blocks your natural intuition. Like I can only speak from my experience. Like I just remember sitting in Sabbath class. We used to go to these things called Sabbath classes, taking notes on things that I really didn't know much about, really didn't have much interest in, and just doing it because I'm being told I have to, knowing damn well I don't want to take these notes. So I feel like you're just doing things that you have to do what you're being told. And I just don't think it has anything to do with God. I don't. I
Yeah,
think you're just like following instructions just from like a bunch of men.
right. And what happened is they took God out of it and they replaced it with themselves.
Yeah.
And if they really go back and read the first 5 books of the Torah, they're doing exactly what God told them not to do.
Right.
So it's for those certain people. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying most. I'm not saying all. Some people are repeating exactly what got the Israelites killed in the Old Testament. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna sit back. You and some people are well more versed in in the doctrine in the Bible than I am. I can easily admit that. But I have enough wherewithal to say this is as far as I go. You guys are taking it to another level and thinking you're God, and that's a problem. I'm just gonna step back. I'm gonna watch what we know is gonna happen, and if God, when God tells me to, I will be there to lift you back up. But yeah, stuff like that, you just gotta keep your distance for certain people. And the reason why I have a, let me choose my words carefully. The reason why some of their moves may disdain me is like you guys are literally poisoning God's children. That's why I have a problem with certain people. Not all of them, some of them. But getting back to it, um, with the with you being Oracle, because like you said, you can't tell when the Powerball is going to hit. Because Lord knows that would be a blessing. Sorry, but what has your reading revealed to you about? I guess your 5-year plan or your 10-year plan. Has it revealed anything to you that puts you at peace in the right now?
It revealed that I will be married again because I would love to be married again. I feel like I've learned a lot from my last marriage, and I feel like that is something that is in the works for me is to be married again. It revealed that I will be successful one day with my YouTube. I don't know when, but it always tells me to keep going and keep going and keep going. So but those are the main things that has revealed to me. And
Oh,
just and a lot of my readings are really relationships right now. That is the energy that comes out, relationships and karmic relationships and people still trying to break out of karmic cycles. And it talks a lot, I talk a lot about receiving your divine inheritance and things like that. I know that maybe people don't understand that, but like that's what I talk about a lot.
and and you say hopefully everything works out with your YouTube. Let me go ahead and make sure I have. It's a Control C. I'm gonna make sure that we promote your YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. It is Just Breathe Oracle on
Yeah,
YouTube.
just
Let me
with
go.
Oracle, it's a collective Oracle. I do collective Oracle card readings for the collective. If just don't go there if you're not interested in that kind of thing. But me, I love them. I watch them myself. I have my favorite readers, and I'm really into readings. And it can be helpful, especially if you go to a reading and it really resonates with you. You feel like it's your story. You know, it can be very helpful. Right now, a lot of the energy is just relationships, like just really, really on relationships right now. People that are in relationships with people and toxic. toxic relationships. That's really what it's talking about right now. Trying to help the collective get out of toxic situations. So yeah, that's what's going on right now on the channel.
All right.
Mhm.
That's what's up. And I think your YouTube will do what it needs to do. And you guys, I did pin her. Oops, where's that? There we go. I did pin her link to the top. Up, and it went away. There we go. I did pin her link to the top at Just Breed 91 on YouTube. That's Tara the Oracle. Please make sure you go like, share, and subscribe to her YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get all this stuff up. And also with some of your videos, I noticed that you like to hide your face. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean that's teacher's own. But will you be
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'll be back.
taking more like I guess rebranding your channel to be like, okay, we're gonna do something different and we're gonna focus more on this. So now you could be in front of the camera, so you could build in that personal relationship with the audience. I said audience. Jesus, I said audience. Lord save me. And I think she had to step away. I think she has a phone call, so she'll be right back. Um, Tara, whenever you come up, just let me know. Um, Actually, let me make sure I do this so I can keep it. Make sure. Make sure. Okay, but yeah, that is her page, ladies and gentlemen. It's pinned to the it's pinned to the top of the chat. I checked out a couple of videos. It's dope. I like what she's doing, what she's talking about, ladies and gentlemen. But and like I said, she has a thing about the Braxtons. I said the Tamars, Jesus Christ. The Braxtons. I didn't know Tamar and Medici was in a relationship. Wasn't she in a relationship? Wasn't Medici in a relationship with Homegirl from? See, this is how you know I'm so far removed from reality TV, but it's like people, I guess people's contracts ran up and they got traded to another team. But yeah, that was a good question that Moth asked because when it comes to the idea of oracle readers and do they think they are God, they have, like I said, Tara explicitly said that no, Jesus is Jesus. I am not Jesus. That's the difference. And I will agree with that 1000%, ladies and gentlemen. 1000%. And also, like I said, this is no issue. This is no beef. This is nothing against the Hebrew Israelites. I just think, ladies and gentlemen, you just have one bad chapter or one bad fellowship that left a bad taste in her mouth. And depending who you talk to, that number is slightly more. So we're just giving her account because this is her journey to reveal to us, and that's where that is at. So content and Moa, while Tara is taking care of some technical difficulties, what are you guys thinking about the interview and what she's talking about, what she's revealing?
Dope interview.
Oh, dope interview. I appreciate you, man. Like I said, this is our people, and it's a rarity that we get the opportunity to for people to open up and let us into their world, especially this particular world. So yeah, trust me, I'm honored. I'm honored that she came up to me and wanted to have this conversation. So I greatly appreciate it. And we're gonna give her a minute to come back because giving what we talk about, I already know what last call is gonna be. I'm gonna try to give her some time to come back. Mo, what you been thinking? I know you've been in and out. What you been thinking about the interview and what you heard? Oh, it's I just looked at the time. Mo is probably taking care of some business right now. It's past midnight, so trust me, I understand. All right, so while we're with her to come back, where is it? Let's go ahead and transition into last call, ladies and gentlemen. One more thing before we go. Like I said, we're waiting for Todd to come back. Um, I need to challenge all the religious, spiritual, or combination of both people. I don't want to say leaders. I want to say people, everybody as a whole. When it comes to this faith walk, especially when it comes to people who are trying to get in, who generally trying to get in and be a part of it and better themselves, you have to treat them like fine china, glass. It will break if you're not careful. Dependable to have, great when it's well taken care of. You get what I'm saying? But you have to be careful how you handle them. I've been hearing all my life about people's not their issue with God, although it seems like it, their issue with God's people, the church, etc., etc. Because in some way, shape, or form, they were ordered to protect and guide God's children. Instead, they took God out of the equation and replaced themselves as God, and now they had the liberty to do, say, and manipulate whatever they want. That has always been my issue. Now, granted, I'm so okay. Turns back. See, and me, I'm so cool with it that there's nothing that's gonna shake my faith or my foundation. But I do understand how other people went through certain things, and the only thing I can do is always leave my door open for them. You want to talk, you want to have a conversation, or better yet, if you want me to stop talking, you need my two ears and my two shoulders, you got it. So I would definitely employ our those who claim to be religious, spiritual, or both, do a
I
better
have a
job with
question.
God's children. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Huh?
No, you can go ahead. I heard you say
So
something. You
does
can
it
go
seem
ahead.
okay, I just want to know, like outside looking in, does it seem like my faith has wavered because I went through what I went through? Because honestly, my faith is like as strong, it's like the strongest it's ever been, ever.
Okay. That's actually actually glad you said that because my message is for those people who are in the faith. Please do a better job with handling God's children. Now, some people who went through what you went through, or who went through far less, has says, "I'm done with all of it." You said this has strengthened your faith. How was you able to go through all of that but still keep God as your foundation?
Well, because I it was revealed to me that God got me out of it.
Mm,
That's the readings that I was watching were so powerful. Like it was like telling my story, sharing exactly what happened to me. You know, sharing that there was a lot of karmic debt that I had to pay off. I broke a karmic cycle. I am able to stay in the game, like stay in the running to receive my divine inheritance. It was a part of my path. It was something that I had to go through to make me who I am today. And God put me through that so that I can learn lessons. And it was a mission complete. I completed a major life lesson. And that is what the oracles have revealed to me. So I definitely have faith because I know God is the one who did it and he's the one who got me out. So that's
That's
why
what's
my
up.
faith is.
That's what's up. That is a blessing to hear because, like I said, I have seen, witness people turn away for less. To say that all that stuff you went through and you still here, like I said, you are a special type of individual, a strong type of individual, and God bless you because of that. That's dope. That's what's up. So, other than that, I believe we are at the end of the show. Tara, it has been a honor to have this conversation. I understand we was going through something.
I feel like
Huh?
I am the worst interview person ever because I keep cutting off the camera. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Trust me. This is necessary. I'm not worried about that. You are a mother, a damn good one at that. So trust me, we understand. I've been a parent for 7 years. You want to talk about prior to that, me dealing with my homegirls' kids. Trust me, I understand. You do not have to apologize even a little bit. You are good in my book. We all understand. But I appreciate the story that you had to tell because people need to hear that there is a life after marriage, there's life after trauma. The world's still going to be spin. That's why I named my last short film the next chapter, to show that when we go through something, it's not the end of the world. The world don't stop when you're faced with trauma. It's going to continue with or without you. So I don't allow anything to hold me back. I just keep pushing forward. And I think you are an embodiment of that. And I appreciate you telling your story today or this evening. No problem, no problem. Content more. Do you guys? I'm gonna open up the and oh, she stepped away real quick. So I was gonna open up the floor for content. I mean content. Jesus did it again. Questions that you guys will have for Tara. Do you guys have any questions that you want to ask her? Clubhouse. Any questions for Tara? Oh, they're probably not by their phones. But yeah,
I don't have any
oh,
questions. It really sounds like
I can't hear.
hold on. Content, something going on with your microphone. We can't hear you, man.
okay. It sounds like her issue was never with God; it was with man-made religion.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true. Yeah, I never stopped. I never stopped loving God, and never. No, it was with the people.
How do you feel about like mega church pastors being exposed since the release of the Drewski skit?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't do the Christian stuff, to be honest, because I feel like pastors, I don't know about all of them, but a lot of them are out for like material gain. They have a lot of people that look up to them. They make a lot of money in those churches, and sometimes I just think that a lot of it is material gain, like TD Jakes and Creflo. Like I just think that they make money off of people people having like idolizing them. That's what I think.
Is Creflo Dollar still alive or is he dead?
No, he's alive.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I was probably thinking about the other guy.
Yeah.
All right. And also real quick um with the Drewski things, I thought that was just entertainment. He was being funny. I was more blown away by the production of his skit. That's
I
what.
thought it was so funny. You talk about when he was acting like a Hebrew Israelite. You know what's crazy
Oh,
is
I
that
missed
that's
that
the
one.
group. That is the group that I was in, the ones that were purple and gold. So that's why it was so funny to me because that is the group that I was in. I used to have to sew those fringes that you guys see. I used to have to sew those fringes on. And that is exactly how they are. So it was so funny to me.
Hey, I get it, and I didn't have a problem with what Drewski was doing per se, outside of a couple of moral things. But that's that. I get it, but I didn't have a problem with the skit. I would tell people this: if that's not your pastor, that's not your church. What you offended by? What you mad for? Let that man rock. It ain't that crucial. And Mike Epps did a spin to that too. I need to go watch that. Um, but we're gonna. I'm gonna see if Tara can get back on camera real quick. Because we're about to close out. And Tara, do you have any final words at all? Oh, she's on the phone.
Um, no, thank you for the interview. I'm in the dark right now. So yeah. Thank you
Oh,
for
it's
the
all
interview.
good. Anytime, anytime. Clubhouse, thank you guys for pulling out. Thank you guys who are watching, listening to this on replays, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Uh, y'all know what it is. I appreciate you guys. Tara, you're the best. Thank you. Most importantly, thank you, sweetheart. You are a blessing. Ladies and gentlemen, on your way out, you want more content like this? Like, share, subscribe. Please follow me on all social links are located in the description. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get a $100 during the Cash App giveaway, and we'll do a rundown prizes as well. And do not forget, go on YouTube. It's Just Breathe Oracles on YouTube, or you could just put at Just Breathe 91. Just Breathe 91. So we are out of here, ladies and gentlemen. BTSI Show 101. That's Tara, Christopher J. Clubhouse, you guys are the best. We will touch you guys later. Peace out. Y'all have a good one.
It's a mess, but hey, don't even worry about it.